The old house at the edge of town had stood empty for decades, its windows like vacant stairs, its porch sagging like a tired sigh. Kids dared each other to touch the gate, but no one ever stayed past twilight. They said the house watched you. One night, a group of teenagers, fueled by bravado and too many spooky stories, decided to spend the night there. They broke in, the door groaning a mournful welcome, and set up camp in the dusty living room, flashlights cutting through the thick darkness. As the hours crept by, the house began to talk. Not with words, but with sounds. Soft, rhythmic thuds from the attic like something heavy being dragged. A faint, high-pitched scratching behind the plaster walls just out of reach. The floorboards above them creaked, slowly, deliberately, as if an invisible weight was shifting from one foot to the other. One of the teens, Liam, known for his cynical attitude, scoffed. Just the wind. Old house settling. But his voice was a little too loud, a little too forced. Then, the scratching started again, closer this time from the wall right beside Liam's head. It sounded like fingernails, tiny fingernails trying to find a purchase. Tap, tap, scratch. Tap, tap, scratch. Okay, I'm over it, another girl, Maya, whispered, her eyes wide. Let's go. But just as they started to gather their things, a new sound began. A soft, wet, slithering sound from the hallway, growing closer. It was something heavy, something boneless, moving slowly, deliberately towards the living room. Liam tried to regain his composure, grabbed his flashlight and shone it down the dark hallway. Nothing, just shadows. He turned back, exhaling slowly. Then, from the absolute blackness at the far end of the hallway, a new noise. A faint, almost imperceptible click. Then another, and another, like tiny, dry pieces of bone, clicking together in rhythmic sequence. Click, click, click. The sound moved closer, but nothing appeared in the beam of Liam's flashlight. The air grew cold, a damp, heavy chill that sank into their bones. The clicking intensified, faster now, like a desperate insect trapped in a jar, but echoing with an unnatural depth. Suddenly, the floorboards in the living room began to vibrate. The dust motes in the flashlight beam danced wildly. And from directly above them, a single, agonizingly slow drip landed on the wooden floor with a tiny, wet splat. Then another, and another. Not water. This wasn't water. It smelled faintly metallic, coppery, and sweet. Liam slowly, tentatively, raised his flashlight beam upwards towards the ceiling. And there, directly above them, clinging upside down to the old, water-stained wood, was a face. But not a human face. Its skin was stretched thin and translucent, revealing the faint network of veins beneath. Its eyes were sunken, like empty sockets, but two pinpricks of pure, malevolent light glowed deep within them. Its mouth was a wide, toothless slit, slowly stretching wider, until it seemed to encompass the entire lower half of its head. And from that impossibly wide, silent maw, the clicking came. It wasn't teeth. It was something else. Something inside the mouth, endless, writhing, and dry. The drip turned into a trickle, landing on the floorboards, pooling into a dark, viscous stain. No one screamed. No one moved. They were frozen, bathed in the sickly glow of the flashlight, staring up at the thing that was slowly unhinging its jaw, the clicking growing frantic, the trickle becoming a steady stream. They were never seen again. The creature devoured their souls. If you listen closely, you can still hear them all screaming in agony. To this day, they say you can still hear the clicking in the house, even when there's no wind. And sometimes, if you look very closely at the dusty floorboards in the living room, you can see a faint, dark stain that never quite washes away.